All right, welcome back to the show. I'm joined now for some one-on-one with the man, the president of the UFC, Dana White. Thanks for joining us. Let's get right to it. You announced a big fight, Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes. Did Ronda title fight coming off a year layoff or more than a year layoff? Is that the right play? Did she deserve that?
Yeah, of course she deserves that. I mean, if you look at, how long she was the champ, how many times she defended it against the best women in the world, she lost one fight. She's had a year layoff. That's what she wanted. She wanted to take a year off, and she's back.
She lost one fight. Someone like me would say she got her ass kicked in one fight. Is she scared? It's been a long time. Does she have reservations? Life can be pretty soft when you're that big of a celebrity.
Yeah, Ronda's been competing since she was a little girl, and Olympic judo, and then started fighting. If Ronda says she's ready to go, she's ready to go.
How do you expect her to go right back to that level she was at against someone like Amanda Nunes?
Yeah, she's one of those athletes that, obviously, like I said, has been competing for a long time. She knows her body. She knows how she feels. She knows she's ready, and she claims she is.
All right, I'm the biggest Chris Cyborg homer, I think, on the planet. She came on this show, had some things to say about the UFC. She really wants to fight Ronda Rousey, right, but she thinks she should be a bigger star in the UFC. Let's hear what Chris Cyborg had to say on this show.
Maybe because I don't have blood hair and blue eyes, it's, I don't know, because if I'm American and I have everything did for the sport, I already have my division.
Should Chris Cyborg be a bigger star in the UFC? Do her looks play any role in her not being a bigger star?
Let me ask you a question. What makes somebody a star? What has been done with Ronda that hasn't been done with Cyborg as far as, being a star? Ronda is a world champion, had the belt and everything else. We don't have a belt in that division. We don't have that weight division for Cyborg. But
why not?
Because there aren't enough good women at 145 pounds to create an entire division.
She says that's BS.
I actually run the business. I actually know what's going on. She can say it's BS. I actually know.
There's not enough 145
Listen,
pounds.
When you have an athlete like Ronda Rousey, and it's not just Chris Cyborg, who's a woman who wants to fight Ronda Rousey, the men too. People get, Ronda Rousey makes a lot of money. She gets a lot of attention. She's doing movies. She has all kinds of other sponsorship deals and all these other things outside of the octagon too. And listen, other people look at him and say, hey, I should have that too. Why do I not have that too? And of course, that's my fault. You know what I mean? It's my fault because it's not happening. But the reality is this. Chris Cyborg is devastatingly good. She's been destroying everybody right now. Her popularity is actually starting to go like this. She's getting bigger. Everybody wants it right here, right now. It doesn't happen that way. I promise you this. Ronda has to come in and fight on December 30th, okay? Yep. Ronda has to win. And the girl that she's fighting is no pushover. She's nasty and tough, and Ronda's got a fight on her hands there. She wins that fight. Her and Chris Cyborg are eventually going to fight. Ronda wants that fight. It will be the biggest pay-per-view in UFC history.
What does eventually mean? Is that her next fight if she beats Amanda?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. This thing's got to play out first, and we'll see what happens.
Let's switch to Conor McGregor. Fined $150,000 by the Nevada Athletic Convention. Seems really stupid to me. I heard you talk about this on Cowherd Show. It seems like having success in New York would be a good thing for the UFC to maybe put some pressure on Nevada because this fine seems stupid and unfair. The guy threw a water bottle. I get it. $150K?
I live in Nevada. I love Nevada. I love the city of Las Vegas. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Conor McGregor has said he will not fight in Nevada. He will never fight in the state of Nevada again. So it's obviously something that I need to work on with him. And
can you work on it with them?
They regulate me. They oversee the sport. I mean, it's just, it's absurd.
Would you be, if he sticks to that, you would help him fight other places than Nevada?
I would like him to come back to Nevada. I would like to fix this. I would like to make this right and make everybody happy, and I'll see what I can do.
If he wins his next fight, 2 divisions, 2 titles, he says he'll be mad as hell if you try to take one of his belts away from him.
I'm gonna wrap one on one shoulder, I'm gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a army to come take them belts off me.
Do you have an army strong enough to get that belt away from you?
Oh, he is awesome, isn't he? Yeah, we will get one of those belts. I promise you, we will get one of those belts. You can't tie up two divisions. You can't do it. I'm giving him this opportunity to fight. Listen, Conor McGregor is a does what he says kind of guy. You know, he has always stepped up, taken big fights when you know a fight might not even make sense. He steps up and he does it. This guy, that's why he's so popular. That's why people love him. And when he goes in, he fights. And that's why I'm giving him this opportunity. But I love him, but he's got to get one of those belts back.
The rapper Biggie said, more money, more problems. The UFC, more money. It also seems like the athletes want to have a little bit more control. Conor McGregor. I hear from Daniel Cormier. Do you feel that from the athletes that sell has made them say, what about me? And I want more freedom and more power. Is it getting harder to control these guys?
It's a fight business. 16 years, I deal with 600 alpha males and females every day. You know, that's my job. That's what I do. So this has never been done. If you think about it, in the fight business has always been, you know, these one-off fights with promoters here and there, whatever. We built a league. These are our athletes that are in this league. And, you know, this is my life, man. This is the way it goes. This is what I battle every day.
News around the NFL, Greg Hardy wants to fight MMA. I'm someone that thinks he should be allowed to fight MMA and UFC. Guy made a terrible mistake. He's been punished. I think if he's a good enough fighter, he should be allowed in the UFC. How much thought would have to go into that before you would welcome him into your organization?
Yeah, I'm one of those guys, too, that believes that we're all human beings and we all make mistakes. And, you know, when you make a mistake, you pay your penance, whatever it might be, and you should be allowed to make a living and you know, move on in your life. Is he good enough to come into the UFC and fight? You know, I highly doubt it. What he should do is start training. And
he says he's done that. He's been doing that for several months.
Well,
training. No, I know it takes a long look. We saw Kimbo Slice, and everybody wants to come on.
I've been playing football for a couple weeks too. Maybe I'll go try out for the Patriots. You know, it takes a little bit longer than that, but you know, he could fight in one of these small shows. We'll see how he looks, and I don't know.
And so, again, Jay Glazer, friend of mine, friend of this network, employee of this network, he thinks no way. He should, fighting sports are a privilege. No way Greg Hardy should be welcome into the UFC. I take it you have a different position.
I'm not saying he should be welcomed here, but I'm saying I'm a guy that believes that, you know, if you make a mistake, your life isn't over for you know, go kill yourself or something. You know what I mean? It's like you made a mistake, you pay for it. When you make mistakes, it's all about how you act from there on out. How do you handle yourself? You know, after that, and what do you do to fix it? So
Anderson Silva thinks the UFC has mistreated him. Have you had any conversations with him since he mouthed off about how he feels he was mistreated?
Let me tell you what, there's probably some guys that could come out and say they felt like they've been mistreated. Anderson Silva is not one of them. Okay? That is a guy who has been far from mistreated. Far from mistreated.
He's got no case here.
No case.
Dana, I want to thank you. Been a fan of yours from afar. Appreciate your authenticity in every way. This is going to piss people off when I say this. I respected you for going to the Republican National Convention. Respect everything about you, brother.